What's up, guys? Today we will be looking at the Nothing Phone 2A. This was a brand that a few of you guys were requesting, and I finally got around to it. I thought this one was kind of interesting. It's a mid-ranger. It's like $350, and wanted to see what this brand is all about. So you can see the box here. Kind of reminds me of like the Wally Disney thing. And I've never used a Nothing Phone. Don't really know a lot about this brand. I know they're like a new brand, and they have like the lights on the back and stuff like that. There's a textured pattern here on the box. It's pretty cool. Alright, so unboxing. Well, this isn't this exciting. Moments like this are why we're here. Anticipation, something new, blah blah blah. Alright, just got some stuff right there. And yeah, pretty thin box. And it looks like, oh, I actually like this cable. It's a USB Type-C to Type-C. There's safety and information in here, as well as a SIM tray tool. Oh, what is this? It should be a SIM tray tool. Oh, yeah, it's kind of weird looking. Yeah, this is the SIM ejection tool, but it's like a little peel. It's pretty cool. Alright. Here's the phone itself. This off. Very interesting looking phone in person. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like, it looks like two eyeballs. Yeah, so there's like supposed to be lights on the back. I'm assuming there's three. 1, 2, 3 right here. A very cool design though. I mean, it's extremely unique. Very solid feeling phone in the hand. Not really nice curves, so you know it's going to be very comfortable to hold. Let's power it up. We've got black buttons. Very nice. Looks like stereo speakers as well. So let me boot this up and set it up, and we'll go over everything. So far, you know, just a nice experience. Very cool design though. Alright, we are all set up here, and I guess we can go ahead and take a look at the hardware a little bit closer here. And you see the LED lights on here. There are 3 of them. It's also IP54, so again, it is a mid-ranger phone. And yeah, I do actually like the way the phone looks. I think it looks extremely unique. And then I guess the Glyph interface thing, you know, is pretty interesting. I was, you know, looking at it, and one thing that I really liked is you turn up the volume and you can see the thing lighting up. But it's kind of a interesting phone, but because it's like, you know, would you, I guess it's trying to get you to use your phone like face down, I guess, because other than that, you know, you would just use the front of the screen. So I guess there's some type of idea behind this that, you know, you don't want to be looking at the screen all the time. I'm guessing that's the thing. You have a music simulator, or not simulator, but visualization on here. It'll light up when music is being played through the speakers as well, which you will check that out when we test out the speakers. Composer, you can create your own like tracks and stuff like that on here, I guess for certain, like for like a ringtone, so it'll light up and stuff like that. So this is stuff that I'll check out a little bit more in depth, but you know, it's got a timer on here, so it's very interesting. It also works with third-party apps. So the lights on here are a big part of its selling system. Alright, so let's talk about the display on here. It's an AMOLED display. It's 120 Hz. It's HDR10 plus. It gets up to 1100 nits or 1300 nits peak brightness, and then it's a 6.7 inch display. It's 1080p as well, 394 for the PPI. It's a very nice display, very nice bezels on here. Like I said, very comfortable to hold. I really like the display. Like I said, fairly big, so a lot of people will like this. Punch hole in the middle, very good colors, and like I said, gets fairly bright outdoors, so I had no issues with that. It's a completely flat panel as well too, so that's really nice. And overall, I think for a, you know, a mid-range phone, the display is absolutely fine. I think it looks really, really good. I guess the next, you know, most interesting thing here is that it does have its own like skin to it, I guess. And it's not a heavy skin though, which is interesting. It's just got the, you know, the icons and then this is pretty much like stock Android stuff right here. So it's kind of like a lighter skin, but it's really like close to stock Android for the most part. They have their own widgets with the kind of theme here. Again, this is stuff that, you know, if you wanted to, you could just, you know, apply your own themes. It's Android, you can make it look however you want. But I like that they, you know, out of the box, they have their own kind of like vibe going here as well. But like I said, this is like roughly stock Android for the most part here. Yeah, it's just, you know, it feels like stock Android pretty much. So this phone has the Dimensity 7200 Pro chipset, no SD card support, 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM is on board. Basically, performance on here hasn't been bad, but I don't think it's quite on the level of like a older flagship. Yeah, I'm getting smooth extreme is my best settings. HDR ultra, so I can't play at HDR 60 frames on here or extreme. But performance on here is basically like, you know, just normal mid-range performance. There's nothing really too crazy going on here. You know, at least the optimization is, you know, just not crazy for gaming. So I still think you're better off with the old flagship if you're very competitive, if you want to take advantage of the 90 frames on, you know, games like PUBG and. But yeah, performance on here, I can't say that it's necessarily bad at all. The phone hasn't really been heating up or anything like that. I just think it's just, you know, it's not bad at gaming. I would put it in that normal range. And as far as the Nothing skin, as performance wise, it's not buggy at all. It's not slow. I'm not getting crazy lag. But sometimes, like, if I'm scrolling down from here, I notice that I do get like some sort of like animation stutters. So you'll notice that throughout this phone. But for the most part, it's pretty smooth for the most part. I'm not getting too many stutters. It's just kind of, yeah, like right there. That could be like a you know, a software update could fix that. I'm gonna test out these speakers, but also I guess we're gonna have a little light show as well too. The speakers are pretty good on here. They're very loud, so that's something that I really like. So no issues there. Pretty good amount of bass, and you can see the lights kicking in there. I'm not sure why you would. It's just kind of like a weird thing. The lights on the back. It just kind of makes you want to use the phone backwards. There's also a optical fingerprint scanner on here as well too, which works. You just have to apply just a little bit of pressure, but if you hit it right, I mean, I haven't had any issues with it. All right, so the cameras on here are pretty good at my first impressions. You know, it wasn't anything too crazy on here, but you have a 50 megapixel standard, a 50 megapixel ultra wide as well too. It also has a 32 megapixel wide selfie cam. It shoots in 1080/60, and photos were pretty much what I expected. You know, it's a mid-range phone and it pretty much takes mid-range shots. I would have to compare it against some other phones, probably like the Pixels and stuff like that, but I was not disappointed with the image quality at all. I thought it took some pretty decent shots for the most part. Very good color, good dynamic range, pretty good detail. Like I said, 50 megapixels for the ultra wide was pretty cool as well. No telephoto lens though, so you're just going to be, you know, digitally zooming in. But overall, the photo quality was not bad. Like I said, I definitely put in that mid-range camera quality, which is, you know, pretty good. You can see the shots for yourself pretty much. Video, I thought definitely it pretty much looked like a mid-range phone. It wasn't too crazy, but yeah, overall the camera's pretty decent. Now, just using the phone today, this phone has very good battery life. It's a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Just watching the way it drains, I can already tell it's going to be, you know, very good battery. It's a huge battery, and it has 45-watt charging, which is awesome as well too. So overall, my first impressions are pretty good. I have to play with the Glyph, but I've been playing around with it. You can silence the phone and you'll see like little lights come on and stuff like that. So it's an interesting phone. I think the lights make it interesting. Is it useful? I think that's up to the person to decide. You just have to play with it and see, like, is it really that useful to use like these lights? All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next one.